Hi, Annette. We will start any minute now. Let's get ready. You're going to lie on your back so you can get on the floor. Okay, it's 1 o'clock, so let's get going. So, welcome to your midweek soothe. We're going to start by lying on the floor. Hi, Alison. And when you lie on the floor, you're going to be on carpet, or you could be on just lay something kind of with a bit of cushioning down on the floor. And your legs are long and your arms are long. And just notice how you are today. So, if you're in the UK, we've had a really lovely long weekend. Um, it'd be nice if weekends were 4 days long. That would suit me very well. But you're lying on the floor, arms long, legs long. You're on the back of your head. Let your eyes close and keeping your lips together, let your lower jaw just drop away. I'm seeing lots of people with kind of really real congestion around the chest. This sort of the upper chest and the back feel really immovable, and something to do with habit, something to do with their stress patterns, and the habit and the stress patterns, they kind of inform each other, and this might help you to kind of look at that, explore that a little bit, and just see how you're holding yourself across the chest and across the shoulder blades. So let your knees bend. So slide one foot towards you, stand into the foot, the knee goes up. Slide the other foot towards you, stand into the foot, the knee goes up. And then let's take the right arm up. And you're going to take the right arm up to the ceiling. You're not stretching, you're just lifting it up to the ceiling. Hi, Susan. And then you're going to have your wrist limp. So your knees are bent, you're on the floor, knees are bent. One arm, let's make it the right arm, is up towards the ceiling, but please don't stretch. Your arm is just nice and long. Imagine that you have no elbow. And you're going to just bend at the wrist like so, so that you've got that part of the wrist facing the ceiling. And just notice how you had to organize around yourself to take the right arm up. And then do this really slowly. Imagine that I've got you by the wrist and I slowly draw your arm even more up towards the ceiling. And then I place the arm back down to where it came from. I'm going to do that in a really exaggerated way so you know what I mean. The arm does that towards the ceiling and then it comes back to where it started and it reaches slowly up to the ceiling and it comes back. Do it in such a way that you are able to process and read all of the signals happening through the bones of you. Because if you were to do that really fast, you're just going to miss. You're going to miss that information. So you want to go really slowly, arm goes up, and then slowly the arm comes back to where you started. So please could you do that in a way where you are sensing the information coming in through your bones, your skin, the contact that you have with the floor. Nice. And then the next time the arm comes down, place it down by your side and just rest. And then you might notice that the right arm spiraled out a little bit, like whatever was holding it around the shoulder blade or the shoulder joint has let go and the arm bone is allowed to spiral out. Your bones are arranged in spirals, that's how they form. There's no straight line. And so when you let the arm come down, you might have that lovely unraveling. So sense if that is you. Is there a difference between the back of your shoulder blades, right side, left side? How are you breathing now across your right side of the chest? Has that changed at all? So sense what you sense. And then please take the same arm back up to the ceiling again. Your knees are still bent. And then take the other fingers, your left fingertips, onto your breastbone. And as the arm goes up, notice that there's a rotation through your breastbone. Can you sense that? So I'm, of course, doing it in a much more exaggerated way than possibly you will be, but I don't have the floor behind me. I'm kind of free forming. So you're going to let the back of the hand lead and your breastbone turns and your head might roll on the floor as well. And just notice how you breathe as your arm goes up. Notice what breath you take as your arm comes down. Notice how you transfer your weight across the back of you. And notice how you're curved. So it kind of really does reaffirm that the back of you and the bones aren't straight at all, and the back of you is rounded. So kind of use that lovely roundedness. Head turns a little and then you come back, and head turns a little and then you come back. Great stuff. Let the arm come down, and this time let the legs slide away as well, one by one, so that you can just sense into how you are. And even doing it sitting up has just given me a completely different sensation in the shoulder joint, in the arm itself, and in the shoulder blade, because it's going to activate the muscles underneath the shoulder blade, your serratus anterior, for those who like to know these things. Um, and often, and especially in lots of people, I'm doing quite a lot of in-person work, hands-on work as well. But often in lots of people that I'm seeing, it's really solid there. And I think it can get a bit like that with me if I don't move a lot. So just kind of sense the awareness of the inside of that shoulder blade. So the inside of the shoulder blade sits on the rib basket, and in between the shoulder blade and the rib basket is muscle, serratus anterior, and then lots of gelatinous mass. And it wants to have this really nice slidey, glidey quality. So bones don't touch. They have stuff in between it, cartilage, um, some sort of movable slidey, glidey kind of substance in between the bones to stop them grinding against each other. Um, so that there's this kind of almost like a cushioning between the two bones, and then there's this lovely slidey, glidey kind of quality to it. See if you can have see if you have an idea of that. That some sort of space between your shoulder blade and your rib basket. So bend your right knee and take your right arm up. And this time, as you take the arm upwards, see how you can sense that movement through you until you can sense it your right. So your right foot standing off arm is by your side. So the right side is kind of doing the active stuff, if you like. And the arm reaches upwards, but it's really easy and gentle. And as you do that, notice how that movement travels through you. There's a rotation through the chest. That travels through you. Notice how it travels into your foot. And there'll be a really perfect moment where it would be helpful for you to press your foot down, keep the knee pointing up, where you could press the foot down and your pelvis rolls. And can you even sense your left leg rolling out a bit? Not a lot, but at the hip joint, there's a roll through that bone, and then you come back. So you could say that the right arm initiates the movement and it pulls your bones, it pulls on skin, it pulls on bones until the next bone moves and the next bone moves and the next bone moves. And your pelvis moves, it rolls around the back of your pelvis. The knee's going to stay up there, don't let the knee come in. And then the foot presses down into the floor, and that's going to really help you with your reach. We're not that interested in range. That's not the point of it, but we are interested in ease. And if your right foot joins in, and you allow the back of you to roll on the floor, you'll have that sense of the whole body working together. We want that collaboration. Often we will pull from the shoulder joint, and that kind of feels a bit icky, doesn't it? It feels a bit tight, and I might hurt myself, or it certainly makes the whole experience feel not so nice. But once you've got the whole body kind of working and pulling against, being influenced against, by the next bone and the next bone and the next bone. Just makes for a much more pleasing movement. See if you have a sense of that. The next time the arm comes down, let the arm come down, slide the leg away. So now you've got long arms and you've got long legs. And notice how hopefully that's really interrupted your pattern. And you can tell the difference between one side and the other side. That's why we do one side for quite so long. You can, something's shifted and changed. And here's what I find constantly interesting. It isn't just the thing that you do. It's not just the movement and having that ease, but it's the how it makes you feel. And even as I say, doing this in seated, I just feel lighter and open and more available and more connected to myself. So let's give that a go on the other side. Slide your left foot in towards you. So your left foot is on the floor and the knee points upwards. Take the left arm up. And then, with no expectations at all, can you reach the left arm towards the ceiling? Not a stretch, it's just a gentle reach. You're going to go to the range, the initial range that just feels good. Yeah. So, just feels good. And if you wanted to go any far, you'd have to strain, you'd have to do something, you'd have to put some more effort in. So, don't go there. Just notice the ease with which you lift the arm and you bring it back. And the arm lifts and it comes back. And you could place your fingers on your breastbone. And you could even use your breastbone to just nudge the fingers, sorry, to nudge the breastbone in this rotation away from the arm coming up. And notice how that movement travels through you, through the leg, through the pelvis, through the ribs. So from the arm, through the ribs, through the waist, through the pelvis as a rolling. The knee goes forwards and you press into the foot and then you come away from all that. So then there's a gentle, it's a little bit like a wave coming in and then coming back out, the sea coming in. So a tidal wave coming in and then gently going out again. There's no sudden movements, but it's like the whole sea is participating. There's this kind of power underneath. It's like this power of the connection through the whole. Does that make sense? And let your right leg roll out if it wants to, because it will. Because the pelvis is rolling, the right leg will want to do something. So just notice that. Great. How are you breathing while you're doing this? Nice. And then the next time you come down, let the arm come down, let the left leg slide away. And hopefully you've got this really lovely broadness around the shoulders. And that little exploration is just so easy to do, just to get you out of kind of any habits. Um, and I think I always play that game of if you only had one thing to do. I mean, there isn't just one thing to do, but say if you did, I think moving the shoulders is quite important because of our sedentary nature and the laptop work. I think they get really up here and they get really stuck, and it's going to hugely affect your breathing. So movement through the shoulders is kind of one of my go-tos, my, constant go-tos. All right, bend your knees one more time, stand into your feet. This time we're going to take both arms up towards the ceiling, so you're kind of like that. And then take one arm up and bring it down. And then take the other arm up and bring it down. Let your head roll, let your eyeballs roll. And just because we're doing two arms, don't get overly excited where you then go into doing the arms and moving them up and down. Stay with that tonal quality. What is the quality of the arms going up and the arms going down? What's the quality of the right arm compared to the left arm? So you are sensing into the process. We're not really that interested in the end point. It's the process, the strategy that you figure out, and the clues that your body gives you will let you know. Are you going too hard? Are you going too fast? If you're feeling nothing, generally people are going too fast and they're just kind of not really there. But it's listening to the pathway of the shoulder blade as it slides along the rib basket and then comes down, and then the other one takes over and it comes down. And you'll feel that really lovely opening in between the shoulder blades. Great stuff. And then when the arms come down, let the arms come down completely, slide one leg away, slide the other leg away. And just notice how you feel. Notice how you sense yourself. And notice how you feel now compared to how you felt before. And sometimes we normalize discomfort so much that we don't notice it until we notice comfort. So notice the width across your shoulders. Notice that maybe the part of the spine in between the shoulder blades is now closer to the floor, maybe on the floor, or at the very least, it is known to you in a way that it wasn't before. And often I don't really notice in between my shoulders apart from when they feel a bit sore. And when I've done this sort of work, I'm like, oh, there she is. It's kind of broadness and it's let go to the floor a little bit. Notice how you breathe. Okay, great stuff, everyone. I hope that brought you a little bit of respite on your, it's Tuesday today, on your Tuesday after a nice long weekend. And I'll see you very soon. I'll see you next week, if not sooner. Take care. Bye bye.